Hey CNC fam, welcome back to another episode of Cremas en Coquito. We are here live with our friend Victoria, who's joining us once again.
Hello, hi everyone.
Welcome back to the show, Victoria.
And of course, I'm your girl Kristina.
And as always, I'm Napoleon.
So let's get into it, fam. All right. So today, we're going to talk about the famous Ross and Rachel. Should a couple take a break? Is it ever okay to take a break in a relationship? Is it a good thing or is it always a bad thing?
What are your thoughts, Victoria? You lead this.
Oh, okay. Well,
In the hot seat.
So I think it rests on trust. If you trust, your other half to have an understanding of expectations, and you trust that they will follow whatever rules you guys have in place, it may be healthy to take a break.
So are you saying that when you're taking a break, there's rules? You have to agree on rules because you're taking a break with the intentions on coming back?
That's what a break is.
Yes.
But you put rules on a break because technically that person is
Still
on a break. So can the person halfway have sex? Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's either you're having sex or you're not. So
maybe
that person,
on the break, you're still having sex. Who knows?
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
So what's the point of that break?
Well, this is why it's important to come to those common grounds and say, this is what I expect. If you want to be with others or just come here for a nightcap and then go back and decompress and not talk for a while, if you guys agree, then I think it would be successful.
So what would the point of a break be? What are some reasons people take breaks?
The relationship has hit a point where you had enough, but you still care for the person. So you feel like some time apart will do the relationship some justice.
How much time is too much time?
If you're taking a break, the break should not be a year. A year to me is too much time, right?
What about a month?
A month sounds like a decent break. Me thinking about it, a month sounds like a decent break. Me and you are not breaking up, so don't go, oh, wow, like that. But I'm saying a month sounds like a decent breakup, I think.
So throughout this break, would you still be talking to the person? Is it considered a break because you're still talking to them and you're not ending the relationship? Or are you taking a complete break, not talking to the person at all, and just decompressing all your feelings for this person and seeing where you might want to go? Maybe you do want to end it, right? Or you're looking to see, oh, maybe there is something there and it's worth looking at again. Define the break.
So you have some people who take breaks because they have another option out there, right? So it's not always, no, there are some people, they found someone else. Let's say you found someone else.
That's cheating. That's not taking a break.
I agree.
So let's say that you work in a place, right? For most of your time.
Okay. You
meet different people as you walk out into this world. Say you and somebody else's energy, right? And chemistry, you meet them or whatever, and you've spoken and you're in the same workplace, right? So you get to know the person. Now, right, on top of the fact that you're having problems at home, right, you want to take the break and maybe you want to explore that option, right? So what is the rules on that?
Okay, no. Number one, a break does not mean you get to have another relationship. Either we're ending our relationship or we're taking a break but coming back to see if it is working. The whole point of the break would be, I think, to sort out our feelings, see if it is worth saving or if we need to end it. If you already have in mind that, oh, we're going to take this break and I'm going to be with somebody else, then just be with that other person. I'm not going to be your safety net if it doesn't work out with that person.
Right.
So this is why people can't honestly open up and tell people why they want to take breaks.
But is that fair?
No, it's not about being fair. It's about life, right? So many different people are on different paths, right? So just because this person naturally, like I said, formed a relationship outside of you guys, because again, before COVID, pre-COVID, our lives were with people. I know now it's abnormal for me to even speak like this because we're at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I'm talking about pre-COVID. So we were around people, and those people you can sometimes say become family. So you know all of these people or whatever. So that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why you don't think anything can happen in an
I
environment
think
like
it
that.
can happen. I don't think that's obviously you're surrounded by people. You're always going to think someone's good looking or someone has some other interest that you have and you might want to explore, but that's called cheating.
Got it.
Or it's not called, oh, let me take a break. If the break is like one-sided and you want to have all the benefit, then that's not a break. You just want to end the relationship and start a new one. And still have me as a safety net.
Good. So now you're speaking about, so let's say that it's a guy, right? Let's say it's a guy,
Okay.
and that's a guy point of view, right? If you want to come to the table with someone that you're with, and you guys are already knowing that you want to take a break, right? If you really want to take that break, honestly, wouldn't you want the person to tell you exactly what it is? What is the reason why they want to take the break, and really tell you what they're going to do on this break? On top of me telling you that the break is going to be a month. I said a month is probably like the limit. I would not go above a month.
Yes, but again, I would love for that person to be open and always feel like they could tell me, of course, especially when they're going to be with another woman. But that's not taking a break.
Right.
That's just having a whole other relationship.
Yes.
So you tell me, Victoria, what context what rules do you put on taking a break?
Okay, so I think for sure, speaking to other people it's just a no-no. I know there are many women out there who could endure that, but I just think once you start exploring other people, that's going to mess with the emotions that you have for that person, for your original partner. And it kind of defeats the purpose because you're going to be sidetracked and you're going to have new emotions for other people. So definitely one rule would be not to date around. Another rule would be to obviously be honest with what you were doing with your month away or however long you guys decide to stay apart. It's important to have an open communication if it's going to work.
For your first point, so do you believe men or women would get emotional after crossing the sex line, or do you think that was something you were speaking from a woman's point of view?
I think obviously it's probably more of a woman's point of view. But
what do you think about a guy? When a guy has sex with a woman, right? Because to me, if a guy is saying he wants to take a break from a woman, he's going to have sex with somebody else, right? I don't believe there is no way in earth that even if he tells you that he's not going to have it and agree to whatever superficial rules y'all are talking about, right? He's a liar. Well, it's because you see how women are. Women are never going to agree to it. We understand it as men. We just got to nod our heads and say, okay, I hear you. And we're going to do what we want to do anyway. So I'm telling you what reality is, right? Reality is if we're on a break, we're on a break, right? Any man, when he hears break, he's going to have sex with someone else. If not, what's the point of a break? I don't think we need a break for us to sit there and go, ooh, let me think. Let me get some fresh air. Like, that's not what we break for.
Okay, I can agree with that, but because men are just dirty. But to touch on what you said, that yeah, there shouldn't be. If you go out with someone else when we're on a break, and you get, you're gonna get your emotions involved, right? You're going out with another person.
Me as a man, you're asking me.
I'm not asking. I'm stating that
you believe.
If we're on a break, right, and you say, oh, I like what the scenario we were talking about before. I'm gonna go on this break. It's gonna be like a month. And while we're on this break, I'm going to be dating someone else. And the reason we're taking a break is because you see someone who's more agreeable or whatever you want to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, when we're on that break, you're going to have new flourishing emotions and lust for the person you are newly seeking out. When those emotions have already subsided for us because we've been together 1 year, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, so how about...
How is that a fair?
Check this out. How about on that break, you work on yourself, right? Because I told you the qualities that I'm going to go to this chick and what I'm looking for. So that month when we're on the break, work on yourself. Listen, work on yourself. So when I come back,
Absurd.
So when I come back, right, you can compete.
Yeah. If I gotta compete for any man, honey, you can have him.
Right.
I hear that.
I am not in competition.
So do you see how women just think they don't need to compete? They don't need to earn us.
I already had you. Right. What am I starting to compete with someone else? If you feel like you see someone else that's more available for you, of course that person, like I said, you're with them for 1 month. That 1 month is going to be bliss, because all new relationships are bliss and full of lust and love and laughter and cuddles and smiles and going out the first month. So if you're going to compare me and what we have to someone who you just met, who is making you feel all these new feelings that I too one time made you feel, then what are we really doing?
So are you saying that in that scenario, we should just not take a break, right? But you should take that as a real red light, right? To really say, you know what? Let me reevaluate it, because I need to make this man feel wanted.
No.
Ooh, yikes.
The opposite.
Yikes.
Let me reevaluate this man's morals, his moral compass, who he is as a person, because if every time we have conflict, he's going to go out and seek someone else that is more agreeable. There's always going to be someone more agreeable, prettier, someone with more money for a man, right? For a woman. There's always going to be a man with more money, a better looker, more muscles. But if someone goes out every time they see that, or every time they say, oh wow, you're on my page, you're on my wavelength, then are you really having a relationship, or are you just always looking for that next high?
No, weren't we talking about the context of taking a break?
Yeah, but I think at that point, if a man is taking a break to go on and date other people, it's the end of the relationship. It's not a break.
I am confirming to you now, loud and clear, if a man says that he wants a break, believe you me, whether he states it to you or not, he is going to sleep with another woman.
I don't know. That can't be the default, because here's a less complex analogy. Say you have like an assignment or a long-term project, right? Say you're writing a book and you get writer's block and you need to take a break. You're not going to say, oh, I need to take a break to start writing another book. You're going to say, I'm going to really take a break, give my mind a rest, think about things in what direction I want to take this next chapter. And then you continue after your break on that book.
I love that.
No, I love that for you guys. That is how you guys
Well, men aren't writers, right?
No. No, it ain't that men are not writers. We don't look, I see the analogy. She's saying, if I am tired of a woman, why would I go to another woman? We don't think like that. We're tired of this woman. We're not tired of women in general. We're never tired of women. You get me? So if this woman doesn't work, I need a break.
It's not that it doesn't work. It's just that it's at a roadblock where maybe there's disagreement.
Writer's block right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me some of the rules. Tell me some of the rules that will qualify, because you already said 2. So tell me another one.
Rules would be, like we said, no entertaining other women. Not having
that is no good for men. I'm telling you, that is no good for men.
What other rules can there be? I think that's like the biggest one. Reflect on yourself.
We don't need time apart from you to reflect.
No going to strip clubs.
We're definitely turning up. We are definitely turning up. Go ahead. Let me hear some other stuff, because we're definitely turning up.
I think the cheating one, or like entertaining other women, I think that would just fog your mind even more. And the whole purpose of a break is to decompress and learn. And
no, that's a vacation. That's a vacation you're talking about, right? To decompress for maybe a weekend or a week. That's a vacation.
A break can last a week. A break can last however many days you think you need, until you miss that person again. Say, wow, my life, because a break from me, honey, you're going to feel that in 24 hours.
Exactly. I don't think that I can, me and you being married, I'm thinking even taking a break for 24 hours, the whole entire house is not the same without you in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or if I'm not inside the house, my whole entire routine has been disrupted because we live together. We have our own routine. So even a day apart to me is kind of just like, So a month would be like torture to me when it's married people.
And that just brings me to the next topic of, can married people take breaks? Is there such thing as a married couple taking a break? What say you?
I would
and
not.
What would that look like? Sorry.
I would not advise married couples to take a break. I believe marriage is something that's permanent. I don't believe in divorce. You're stuck with me for a fact. Whether you like it or not. Yeah, whether you like it or not. The only way me and you are separating is if you get something and you don't have my signature. But my signature will never go on any divorce.
Mean?
You can definitely get divorced without my signature, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's the only way that's ever going down. It's not my signature.
Wow, you would hold me hostage?
I'm not holding you hostage. I do not believe in divorce. That's just me, personally.
Golly.
I did not get married to get divorced.
So you think there is nothing you or I can do that warrants a divorce?
I believe there are many things you and I can do that can warrant a divorce, but I'm telling you, me per se, I am not divorcing you.
So you heard it firsthand, CNC fam. He'll just kill me instead of divorcing me.
So death do us part.
Death do us part.
Yes, I take those vows very seriously.
All right. So back to the question: What would a married couple taking a break look like? Is it in the same household still? We're taking a break.
You could do that.
Separate rooms.
You could do that.
Upstairs, downstairs.
That's a break.
Or would it be you going to your mom's house?
That's a break too.
Either one of us.
That's a break too.
Would it be a break going to your single friend's house?
No, I would not think that would be a break to go to your single friend's house. But I would say I know your friends, right? And if you want to go to their houses, it wouldn't be the same thing. But I'm saying, generally speaking, no, I don't believe going to a friend's house would be the best. I believe family, and even that you're involving. I don't really believe involving your family in these type of matters. I think that they should be handled in-house. Your family should be involved if it's critical and it's on life support. I think they need to be alerted, but if it's not, you keep it in-house.
Well, I think it also matters like why you guys are taking the break, because if it's, something with like finances or something, that could be stressful. So if you guys take a break because you wanted to buy a new car and she doesn't want you to, if you're on that break, do you buy the car?
Ooh, no, because if you're on a break, when you come back, you have to deal with it, right? So if your goal is to come back, you don't do anything that you wouldn't do in the confines of the relationship you have. So even on the break, there are rules, like how she said. So as long as you don't break the general rules or you don't break the general patterns, because to me, I know my wife knows me. She knows my patterns. She knows what I'm capable of. If I go outside of that, I think her antennas will go up and go, You know what I mean? So you just don't break pattern.
What if it's something you never discussed and but it was always something you wanted to do, and now that you're broken up, you have that opportunity to go out and do it?
If we're broken up, but I know, like you saying, just a break and it's a marriage, I know ultimately I have to come back and deal with this woman. So no matter what it is, I know the consequences are waiting for me at home. So no,
you're not gonna do it.
There's no way you're gonna find me doing anything outside of my norm.
Okay. So what do you think about, even if we're not taking a break, married people sleeping in separate rooms?
Interesting.
For different reasons.
Interesting. We've evolved to sleeping in separate rooms, and at first it was weird as hell to me. I hated it because I enjoy having you in my bed. I enjoy having the company of my wife laying down next to me. I enjoy waking up next to you. But now I've kind of adjusted to.
But now we're back in the same.
We're back in the same bed for here and there. You don't wake up next to me most days, but I think it's fine. I've adjusted to it. I think being in the bed by myself, going to bed at night, is kind of good. It kind of feels like
rejuvenation.
yeah, good alone time sometimes. But I still miss your presence. Like I still miss you inside the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think it's also important to say it's not just because we decided to sleep in separate beds,
Right.
but after having the child, after one person going to work and dealing with the night shifts and all that stuff, it's just evolved to, okay, you sleep in a separate room so you could get your whole night's rest and be rested for work, and I'll sleep with the baby. And then the baby can't sleep alone now because now he's used to being with mom. And then it just evolved into many months. Well, finally, we are able to put him back in his bed. And now you snore, so
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh hell no! I did my time with the no sleep. I need my 5 hours of rest a night.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you because I do
Now I'm
snore.
going to a different room.
Yeah, I do snore. So that is the number one reason why you don't wake up next to me, but you definitely do sleep next to me.
Yeah.
So that's a good compromise. And once you start hearing me snore, you're like, okay, that's my cue to exit and go to a different room.
I cannot.
Mm-hmm.
The reason matters. That sounds like a valid reason.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not like we're sleeping in separate beds because we don't like each other.
Exactly.
We come together. We spend our time together. Watch TV together.
We unwind in the same bed together, even if we do not sleep in the same bed together.
What if a couple, had a fight and then they slept in the separate bed? What message does that convey?
I think that's healthy, right? Because usually if you have fights like that and you're with people, it gets very heated. So in order for it not to escalate anymore, I'd rather you be inside the house anyway, instead of you sleeping outside of the house. So if you want to go to another room in the house, so be it. I know you're downstairs or upstairs safe. So even if we're not talking, I still understand. Overall, you're upstairs, I'm downstairs. So I think that's fine and healthy.
But does that lead to opportunities that, would be kind of crossing the line?
What do you mean?
Do you trust them not to, maybe
be on the phone,
hop in someone's DM, go on a dating site?
As a woman or as a man?
Oh,
either. Is there a difference? And why?
And are we talking about married? Married, or are we talking about single or in general?
Let's go back to singles.
Single. If I say single, whenever you're single, nobody owes you anything. That I will tell you. I know people downplay marriage. Marriage is a contract, a legally binding contract, right? That if you violate, there are severe consequences. So we can't sit there and try and downplay it because people play with marriages all the time and people don't take them serious. But what was your question again?
Would sleeping in separate rooms, can you trust the person because you can always hop into someone's DMs?
And so single, I wouldn't even advise why are you even in their home in the first place? Like single, you talking about single engaged, or you talking about single for years?
Oh, single couples that have been together for years, especially now with COVID, everyone's living together and just a long-term relationship.
And are both people looking to get married eventually?
Yes.
Okay. So do both people have a timeline?
Naturally I'd assume so.
Okay. So you said, is it okay that if you had a fight, they can go and have a temporary moment of weakness and hop in somebody else's DMs or whatever?
Well, no, I'm not saying if that's okay. I'm saying, would you trust your spouse to go in the next room and not, refrain from doing all of those things? How do you know?
If I'm mad at you, right, I'm not worried about what you're doing or whatever. The next day, I would just feel your energy, see what kind of mood you're in or whatever, and I'll just gauge it off of that. I know I can't control you. I know people will do whatever it is that they want to do anyway, whether I'm here or not.
That's a fact.
So for me to worry about it would just drive me insane. So I'm not worried about that. I know what I mean. You had a fight. If we live together, I think it's just overall better to go into separate rooms, because they can even leave and just go and be with that person right now in the moment of the fight. So at least you're inside a room or whatever where I know you're not, and you're not hopping out of a window to go and see somebody and come back into a window. Because if you do that, you're on some super crazy level to me.
What if this scenario, the person is always going to the other room when they are not getting intimate with their partner?
So I think that's childish, right? Because now what it is, I believe that's a power struggle. So that's the guy. If it's a guy doing it, if he's going out the room every time the female declines his sexual advances, I believe he's trying to exercise his power. He's trying to guilt you. He's trying to guilt you, or at least trying to control you to give in to him. And I don't believe that's the right way. You shouldn't make that girl feel like she needs to give you what you want when you want, because if she's uncomfortable, to me that's borderline rape.
Okay, so what if it was the other way around?
If it's
a woman getting upset every time
a man doesn't want to. So I always leaving, I always look at that strange, right? The reason why I look at it strange is most times men's sex drive are higher than women. So when I hear a woman, when I hear a woman wants to have sex now and men don't want to have sex, in my mind I'm like, what? Are you even a man? Or whatever, because I'm like, I would not complain about that problem, that a woman wants to have sex with me all the time. That would be a good problem for me to have. You know what I mean? But whenever you say switching it, and I don't know.
Okay, that's a stunter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stumper.
What about if the person just goes out for some air, let's say for a couple of hours? Like every time, not every time.
How much air? Okay.
All right, so let's say that you guys had a very explosive argument, right?
Okay.
And they don't even want to be inside the same space as you. So they're just going for, let's say, a drive. They're not going anywhere. They're driving. They're in their car. They're going to drive for maybe an hour or two. I'm not talking about something crazy.
Yeah.
And then they're going to calm down. Then when they come back and they're in more of a positive space, they can speak to you. How about that?
I think that's fine, and I think, again, it's how much you trust the person, that they are just going out for air and a drive, and you know that they're not going to be doing any sneaky things on the low and calling it a drive. It's a drive-by, maybe.
So what if that person, as they're blowing off some steam, calls somebody else, and let's say they call a female to speak to the vent when they're doing that? Would you call that cheating or unacceptable?
What kind of female is it? Is it a female you find attractive and would date if we weren't together? Or is it this female just a friend that you, a confidant?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say if the female's a friend, a female that you and I both know, right?
Okay.
And you know that I speak to her anyway, right? And let's say we had an argument and I'm calling her when we have that argument to vent and then come back in an hour.
I think that's fine, but I would also have to be okay with who she is. What kind of things she's saying to you? Like what kind of...
Oh, so you wanna know that she's gonna give good advice and not...
In our
unbiased.
Unbiased, gotcha. Our best interest. Not like, oh, leave that woman, like if she's here for you, she's here for us.
If she's here for me, she's here for us.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, right? So let's say this person is his friend, right? Mm-hmm. And you met the person through him, and she knows that you're not good for him, right? Should she still be here for us?
I was more thinking about like a married couple.
Let's say married. Let's even say
yeah,
married.
I think no one should be telling if that's your friend, you shouldn't be telling your friend to leave the marriage. You should be telling your friend or advising your friend to work it out. What things can you do? Oh, she was wrong in this. Even if she says I'm wrong, maybe she'll tell you, oh, maybe speak to her and tell her why you think she's wrong or how she is wrong, or make her see that she is wrong. Or maybe she, as a female, she'll give you pointers as why I said something or why I did something even though I was wrong. Not like, oh, leave her, she's no good.
So we know women don't listen, right? That's not anything that's new,
yeah,
right?
okay.
So if we're speaking to and you're not listening, right? What can we do?
So if women don't listen, why are you calling your friend, your woman friend, if she's not gonna listen?
So women that you're with, right? We're gonna clarify. The woman that you're with, right? You tend to tune us out. You don't listen to us or whatever because you're already used to us. You already know us. You sometimes know what's gonna come out of our mouths before we say it, and you pretty much just like, just shut up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you're with a woman like that, who when you have a serious problem or a fundamental problem with just something that they're doing to you, right? And you're talking to them and they're not listening, right? And you're in a marriage, what would you tell that person to do?
Well, stay with your man. Stay with your wife. I would
offer therapy because for me, if you guys can't talk it out, you need a third party who's unbiased, right? Okay. So that's what I would offer first, therapy. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And if you exhaust therapy and you exhaust every possibility and things have not changed, I think it is okay for you to go and say, okay, you've exhausted everything. I was for both of you guys, but now I've seen you guys did what you need to do and you're still here.
In the same space.
Is it okay now as a person to go and say, no, you got to walk away?
Okay, I see it. She's more loyal to you than me anyway. So, yeah, sure. I'll give in, yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't agree. Like, I have had experiences where, you feel like you can go to that person, but if they have an argument with your spouse, they're going to just throw all that stuff in your spouse's face, and that's not going to help the situation at all.
That's why I say married people shouldn't involve anybody else outside because they can't unhear nor can they unsee what they've seen. Yeah. So, and especially the people who love you
they can't
the
forgive.
most, they'll never forgive the other person for it. So that's why you don't even involve them in the first place. So that's good advice. I would say that too. Right. So, and that one I would say, no, it's not good for me to go out and call somebody else because now I'm introducing somebody else into our personal, intimate kind of arguments and disagreements.
Right. They're no therapists.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, but we always need someone to vent to.
But a female, like a male to female.
Yeah, we would say.
But it has to be a
more your
trusted
bros than a woman.
Mm-hmm. But it's always good to get a woman's point of view, right? Yeah. And I think you can still get the point of view without being specific.
Your sister.
Yeah, who?
Your real life blood sister.
That's good too.
Not someone you call sister.
Yeah. My sister has given me plenty of pointers and plenty of stuff to look at. You're right.
Because I
haven't really thought about that to really.
If that sister is unbiased, because we all know in-laws could always be biased as well. And
that's true too.
And just not like someone.
You know why I don't even think about it? Because we don't have those problems. Yeah. That's why I just like, that's kind of strange.
Relationship goals.
No, not even though we have
family goals, I guess.
Yeah, we have our problems, we have our disagreements and stuff, but nowhere near these big disagreements and big problems that people have. Like we argue about little stuff like she doesn't like the fact that I leave my clothes outside of the laundry bag instead of putting it inside the laundry bag.
Right next to it, just not
beautiful.
Inside.
That's perfect.
Just not inside.
I would love those issues.
Yeah, but
can we trade?
Yeah, but I don't leave the toilet seat up. She doesn't say that though. You've never come and seen the toilet
I think
seat
that
up.
because thank you, number one, but also like, damn, doesn't everybody learn this?
Does your man leave the toilet seat up, or does he put it down in courtesy for you?
Yeah, no, he doesn't leave it up.
Good, thank you.
He puts it down?
He puts it down.
Okay. No, I don't know. I didn't know people were doing that, but I know there are men out there who do not put it back down, because when they go into the bathroom, they don't need it down. And when they need it down, they'll put it down.
Yeah. Selfish.
Yeah.
But anyways, this was a real interesting topic.
Yes.
I hope you guys like this other one and another one and another one. We're going to keep it coming for you guys. Stay with us.
And don't forget to like. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment. We want to engage with you guys. If you disagree, you agree, or anything, let us know. Provide some feedback on what you want us to talk about, and we can talk about some of the topics that you guys like.
And for sure, check us out on our multiple platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts,
and Apple
Podcasts. Help us get some clicks in there too. Click on. We have the links on our Instagram.
And our Instagram is Cremas and Coquito
_podcast.
So when you're done with this episode, just hop over to your Instagram, click that search button, type in Cremas and Coquito _podcast, and follow us.
There you go.
And on that note,
we're over and out. Love.
Peace.